Hello everyone, this is Sgt Ledger and I'm going to show you how to polish your shoes, because a lot of you cadets walking around with terrible shoes. So finally I'm going to show you how to do it properly. So first I'm going to talk about products, what you're going to use. So most of you probably use kiwi or cherry, and you can get a good shine with them. I have in the past. I'll put a picture up of what I've managed to get with it in the past, but it tends to crack very easily. So around where your shoes will crease, it will crack, and if you go out in the heat, it will just melt and your shoes will be dull. So I recommend Saphir products. So this is Pate Deluxe. This is like your all-rounder, really good stuff. This Admiral gloss is what you want for a higher shine. But if you're only going to get one, I'd recommend just getting Pate Deluxe. And this is a shoe cream. So I've already applied this to these, and really what it does is it nourishes and provides a good base for the polish. So I've already done that, but you don't need to. And I only really recommend it if your shoes are new or if you strip them and get all the polish off so it can sink into the leather properly. So I've already done that. If you do get it, all you need to do, get a cloth, work it in around the whole shoe, leave it for 10 minutes, and then brush it off. So that's what you need to do with that. And it is really good for bringing back colour and yeah, really good base layer. But today I'm going to be using these two. So first of all, open the Pate Deluxe, get your cloth. This is what I use, as Selvyt Cloth, very good. But you can use, I used to use an old ripped up t-shirt, worked well. Just make sure it hasn't got any bubbles or anything that can scratch your shoe. So first of all we're going to do is we're just going to build up layers. So no buffing, no brushing. Brush them down before you start to get any gunk and dust off them. These are all right. But all we're going to do at the moment is just build up layers. So just grab some polish and start applying it evenly around the whole shoe. And this is just building up layers so that when we buff it later, it's going to provide a nice shine. So it doesn't really matter how you put it on, as long as it's on. So we're going to be putting it around the whole shoe because we want to shine the whole thing. And just make sure you don't miss any areas. It's very easy to miss down around here near the welts. Make sure you don't, because otherwise you'll end up with, it will look like areas here just aren't polished, and then it will, I've had it before, it's quite annoying. The only way to fix that is by stripping and starting again. So just make sure you get it everywhere, in all the hard places as well. On the stitching as well, make sure you get it around the stitching because it's quite easy to miss that. But what I recommend is just putting 2 thin layers on, switching to your next shoe, 2 thin layers, then go back to the other shoe, 2 thin layers, and again and again and again, as many times as you want really. The more you do, the better your shine will be. Just make sure you give it time to set. So there we go, that's 1 layer finished over the whole shoe. And I'm going to put another one on, then I'm going to switch to my next shoe, and you just keep on doing that. Right, okay, I've done about 10 layers on both shoes now, and I'm just going to leave them to sit for about 15 minutes. So before I buff them, just remember when you're doing it, work the polish in and try and get in all the welts, in the stitching, everywhere, so you don't end up with spots with no polish on. Right, now that the shoes have been left to sit for a while, I'm going to start buffing now. So might as well show you this with my cloth. I just put it around 2 fingers like that, and then twist, wrap it around and hold it like that. So then I've got a nice flat surface there. So I can open up the mirror gloss and the Pate Deluxe. And there's a lot of people, they put too much water on. They put so much water on, and that can which saturate the leather so much that it doesn't polish. So be careful with how much water you're putting on. I'll show you, you really don't need that much water. Water is just a lubricant, so you can spread the polish easier. And I would recommend using a cloth, not the, a lot of people use those little cotton pads. They do work, but they will scratch the finish. So better off just getting a cloth. These ones are really good. So what I'm gonna do, just grab some of this and a little bit of that. And then I'm just gonna put a dot of water on the shoe like that. And then I'm gonna start going around in small circles all around the shoe. Now, if you start to feel friction, that means you need more water or more polish. So, feeling a little bit of friction there, so I'm gonna add a bit more polish and keep going around. This takes a lot of patience because sometimes it will take a long time for the shine to start showing. But if you keep at it, then you will get good results. And small circles, make sure again, get down, right down here, right around the front as well. Everywhere, you don't want to miss bits, because if you miss bits, they won't shine. And what we want them to look like a mirror. So we want the whole thing to be shiny. You can see already a bit of a shine is starting to form. But it will take a while before, well, at least I'm satisfied with it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water. I find that's the best way to put water on. If you dunk your cloth into the water, 9 times out of 10 you add too much. So I just stick a finger in the glass or whatever you've got and then put it on the shoe and then carry on buffing. Make sure you're not pushing too hard, because if you push too hard, you'll start pulling the wax off. And if you don't push hard enough, then you won't get a shine. So it's just, everything's about a balance. Balance of water and polish, balance of pressure as well. Another thing I probably should mention is that some shoes, these shoes are genuine issue RAF shoes, so the leather is very good. Some shoes, like cadet parade shoes, are quite bad. Like the leather on them is terrible. So those shoes, it takes a lot longer to get them to shine, but most of them do, just not to the same level as genuine ones. I got these off eBay brand new for about 39 quid. So I would recommend, if you can find some genuine issue ones, definitely get them, because the fake ones, as I like to call them, are the leather is just not a good quality, and it's really hard to shine them. But these ones, if you know what you're doing, you'll start to get a very nice shine forming. So just keep adding very small bits of polish and keep going around in those circles. And if it starts to feel tacky, that means you need more water. So like that. Just add a bit more. Not too much. If you've got literal droplets sitting all around your shoe, that's too much. There shouldn't be little bits of water on there. Because if you add too much water and you get a dry spot, it's really frustrating, because it just won't polish, won't shine. And then the only way to fix that is to strip them, which is quite annoying and quite a long process. But in case you're wondering, stripping, I use a heat gun. Some people use hot water, hair dryers. Heat gun's definitely probably the best way to do it. There's also a Saphir product, I think it's called Renomat or something, and that also will remove polish off your shoes. And if that's what you do, if you get really bad cracking or you get a dry spot, where it won't shine, you need to strip them. So again, just careful with the water. And once I've finished the toe cap, I'm probably not going to film it because the video will be about an hour long, but I'm going to do the same thing around the whole of the shoe. So not just the toe cap, the whole thing. Again, takes patience, takes a long time, but once you've done it, then you only really need to like occasionally top it up with another layer if you get scuffs and stuff, but it is worth doing it. And if you want long lasting good results, this is the way to do it, in my experience anyway. Right, okay, we're now outside so I can show you what I've done. And before, after, after buffing that is. So you can see these are looking pretty good now. And they're not done, but they're almost there. And this is what you can achieve if you've got the patience, yeah? Okay, I'm just going to summarise the key points of this video. So you start off with your, if you've got it, cream, like that. And then you build up your layers, like this shoe's got all the layers built up. Around 10, I did about 10, just by putting it on, make sure you work it in properly. And leave it to set, it's been setting for a while, then buff. And this is what I did, about 30 minutes of buffing. So it's not quite done yet, but still looks quite good. So just remember, be patient and just keep trying really. If you've got any questions, put it in the comments or you can come and ask me. But yeah, good luck. Hopefully they look like this.